Episode number 106. Buckingham in Paris. Grady, and why does he come? To conspire, no doubt, with your enemies, the Huguenots, and the Spaniards. No, pardieu, no. To conspire against my honor with Madame de Chevreuse, Madame de Longueville, and the Condés. Oh, sir, what an idea. The Queen is too virtuous, and besides, loves your Majesty too well. Woman is weak, Monsieur Cardinal, said the king. And as to loving me much, I have my own opinion as to that love. I not the less maintain, said the Cardinal, that the Duke of Buckingham came to Paris for a project wholly political. And I am sure that he came for quite another purpose, Monsieur Cardinal, but if the Queen be guilty, let her tremble. Indeed, said the Cardinal, whatever repugnance I may have to directing my mind to such a treason, your Majesty compels me to think of it. Madame de Lannoy, whom, according to your Majesty's command, I have frequently interrogated, told me this morning that the night before last her Majesty sat up very late, that this morning she wept much, and that she was writing all day. That's it, cried the king. To him, no doubt. Cardinal, I must have the Queen's papers. But how to take them, sir? It seems to me that it is neither your Majesty, nor myself who can charge himself with such a mission. How did they act with regard to the Marechal d'Ancre? Cried the king, in the highest state of choler. First her closets were thoroughly searched, and then she herself. The Marechal d'Ancre was no more than the Marechal d'Ancre, a Florentine adventurer, sir, and that was all, while the august spouse of your Majesty's Anne of Austria, Queen of France, that is to say, one of the greatest princesses in the world. She's not the less guilty, Monsieur Duke. The more she has forgotten the high position in which she was placed, the more degrading is a fall. Besides, I long ago determined to put an end to all these petty intrigues of policy and love. She has near a certain Laporte, who, I believe, is the mainspring of all this, I confess, said the Cardinal. You think then, as I do, that she deceives me? Said the king. I believe, and I repeat it to your Majesty, that the Queen conspires against the power of the king, but I have not said against his honor. And I tell you against both. I tell you the Queen does not love me, I tell you she loves another, I tell you she loves that infamous Buckingham. Why did you not have him arrested, while in Paris? Arrest the Duke. Arrest the Prime Minister of King Charles I. Think of it, sir. What a scandal. And if the suspicions of your Majesty, which I still continue to doubt, should prove to have any foundation, what a terrible disclosure, what a fearful scandal. But as he exposed himself like a vagabond, or a thief, he should have been. Louis Roman XIII stopped, terrified at what he was about to say, while Richelieu, stretching out his neck, waited uselessly for the word which had died on the lips of the king.